Hi guys, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so create we discussed, and alter we discussed, and drop we are done, and truncate we are done, and rename we are done, and insert we are done. Update is completed, delete is completed, select we are working and will still going to work in our further classes. Grant and revoke anyway, no. And transaction control language, commit and rollback. Today we will discuss about these two, commit and rollback. Okay. So let me create a table again. Let's drop the table, right? Table is created and I'm inserting some data. Let me copy this in the end. I just created this table. This is the insert statement. I'm inserting this record. So how many records got inserted? Select star from student. So now I have a one record in this table. Now let me delete this record. Delete from student. I'm executing this command. So it has deleted the data from a table. If you execute now, do you see any data in the table?
No.
So if you want to roll back, just try roll back. Just select this rollback and same click on execute. Rollback in the sense, what it is saying here, the rollback transaction request has no corresponding begin transaction. So you can't simply execute the rollback without having a begin transaction in SQL Server. There is a separate concept called if you want to do commit or rollback, there was a separate concept. So I'll show you now. So here in this case, the deletion has happened permanently to the database. The record has deleted. Even if you roll back, it will not come because the transaction was permanently saved to the database. Okay. So if you want to do that, so what you need to do is I'm just inserting a transaction. Okay, this is done. And after deleting this transaction, so before this, what you need to do is begin transaction. Okay, I'm just beginning the transaction and delete it. Now see, select star from student. See, the data is not there. And here you have performed a delete transaction, right? After performing a delete transaction, if you want to save this transaction to the database, if you want to save this transaction to the database, you have to issue commit. If you issue commit here means the permanent deletion will be happen. The data will be deleted permanently. No, you thought the transaction that you have made delete from student is wrong. Suppose you are intended to delete only the particular data from a table, but unfortunately you have deleted all the data from a table. So the transaction that I have issued before is not correct. So then if you want to roll back, just roll back transaction. If you use issue commit, it will save. So the data will be here. What is the action you are performing here is you are deleting the record data from a table. If you issue commit, yes, whatever the transaction you made, that will be the transaction will be permanently committed to the saved to the database. All the data will be deleted. Okay, even after you do rollback, it will not come again. So before committing, you thought you thought that the transaction you made is wrong, and you want to roll back the data. Yes, this is a statement. So before issuing a rollback, just check here. So if you try the same query in another window, I'm just opening a new session by doing either new query or control N. If you do, it will open a new session for you. Just try this. Try executing this. Are you getting the result?
No.
Why? Because here the transaction is open for this statement. There was a transactions open for this table right here. You have deleted and you have not committed a rollback. The transaction is still pending. Till that time, you did something here, either commit or rollback. This will keep on running. Okay. Here, see. I'm just for now rollbacking the transaction. So rollback completed. Now see, you perform a delete, and whatever the transaction you perform, you roll back. So see, it came to the original state. Suppose if you commit, so you are committing means you are agreeing the transaction which you did is correct. There is no data. Here you need to mention whether you need to commit or roll back. Got it, guys? In SQL Server, if you want to make sure the transactions, DML operations to be committed on your request basis, then you have to keep those DML operations inside of begin transaction, and you can say end transaction. End transaction in the sense, so either it might be a commit or rollback. That is up to you. Okay. In this way, you can roll back the data. So if you are not using begin transaction and commit transaction and directly you are using a DML operations, means by default the DML operations are auto commit. Only in this scenario only you can either commit implicitly. Manually you can commit or roll back. Okay. Anyone has any questions, guys?
Hi Krishna. So is there any option to autosave in this server?
Auto
Like
save.
Excel, we had autosave, no? So like that, do we had any that option available in this server?
Auto save in the sense that auto save will not do any
Auto commit.
transaction information. It will auto commit. Yes. If you are not using begin transaction, commit transaction, the DML operations are auto commit only. Okay. See, if you are keeping it in begin and in this scenario, if before so since you are keeping only one statement, delete statement, so the delete statement has happened. before commit the session was closed or killed or anything happened, all the data will be automatically rolled back.
But if it is auto commit means we can't roll back no DML comments also.
That's why if you want to manually do your commit or rollback, then you can keep in this. See, by default, DML operations are auto commit. But if you want to make it implicit, then you have to follow this process.
Okay.
By default, they are auto commit. If you want to commit or roll back the changes implicitly and it's manually, then you have to keep those DML operations in between these two, begin and end transaction. End is nothing but commit or rollback. So if the transaction has, see, this session or anything has happened in between a delete and commit, delete and end transaction, okay, then automatically the data will be rolled back. It will come to the original previous state.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Okay.
And we can only roll back DML commands. DDL command we can't roll back, right?
DDL command. No.
Okay.
Only DML.
Okay.
You can keep multiple commands, delete, insertion, and here I'm just keeping only delete. Okay. You can keep delete and insert or kind of thing, but the DDL commands cannot be keep in between begin and end. Okay.
Okay.
So we are done with SQL statements, guys. Okay. Next. Does anyone has any questions regarding SQL statements?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
No, sir.
Okay, yes, thank you. And next, before going to this operators, I just wanted to let you know one thing. Yeah. Let me insert this data. Okay, I'm just inserting 10 records or more than it. Okay, around 14 records I have inserted. Okay, the same record. Just don't think much about it. And okay, this is the, I'm just copying. If you want to copy this data to Excel, just do Control A. It will select all the data. Control Shift C. Control Shift C. Directly you can do Control C as well. Control A, Control C. What it will do is, if you do Control A plus Control C, then it will copy only the data. Headers will not come. If you want headers also to be available, just Control Shift C and go to Excel and just take one sheet, paste it over here. Okay, let it be. So here, this is the data from the entire table, right? Just for think about, guys, this is a 2. Assume. Okay. I'm just keeping Raghu. Okay, na? So this is the data I have. Okay. If I want to see the complete information from the table, I want to see all the data, whatever is existed here. If I want to see the data, what is the query I need to do? This is the table I have in SQL Server, and I want to see the complete information of a table.
You need to use select star from
Select star from
table name.
Table name. Select star from student is giving the complete information from the table or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, selected data from a table. This is the complete information. Selected data in the sense, I want the students who are belongs to 1, student number 1, which means I am just taking only some data. Then how you will write?
Select star from student where student S number equal to 1.
Okay, select star from student
Where
where S
S number
number equals to
1.
1. Okay, what it is doing? It is providing all the information for student number 1 or not?
Yes.
It is providing all the information for student number 1. So if you want to restrict the data, what are you doing? You are applying a where condition. Now, so I want only specific information for student number 1. I want specific information like a student number, name, course, mobile, email. That's fine for me.
So
What I
you
need?
need to give
Select
column
specific
name.
columns S number, S name.
Select. When you want only the specific information, which means specific number of columns is fine. Then you need to, instead of star represents all the columns from a table. Okay, if you want only the specific columns, then you
S
need to
number.
specify those columns. S number, comma, S name,
S name.
comma, course, comma,
Mobile.
mobile. Okay, from
Okay.
student
Student.
where S number equals to 1.
1.
You see the difference between these two, right? Here you are taking the information, all the information for student number 1. Here you
Okay.
are taking the specific information for student number 1. Okay. Here, this will give all the data and the specific data. And also, if you want to get the specific data, here, all the columns, specific rows, right?
Yeah.
Here, what it is giving? Specific rows.
All the
You can write in a sample. Specific columns. Specific rows, right? Yeah, I'm restricting by using where. Specific columns and all rows means just simple.
we remove the where.
We don't have where clause then.
Yes, simply ignore where clause. Why I'm telling you these guys means, so first you need to know the simple select statement, how you can access the data from a table. So if you want to access all the data from a table, simple select star from table name. Suppose if you want to access only the specific data from a table, which is specific data in the terms of specific rows or specific columns. When I say specific data, that specific data is in terms of rows or columns. So if it is in rows, you have to apply where condition. If it is columns, you have to apply in the select clause. Got it, guys? Specific data in the sense, either it is columns or rows. So if it is columns, keep it in the select list, separated by comma, whatever the columns you need. Suppose if it is in the where class, so rows, go to the where class and apply the filter what you want using operators. This is equals to is one of the operator. Okay, that will check. Okay, and if you want to apply in specific data is on both, you apply on both columns and rows. Okay. So you are good to go with the select statement, right? Simple select statement. How can you access the data from a table? This is simple select statement. And in operators, we'll see how multiple, how we can write a multiple conditions. Okay. and how you can perform operations on it. Okay, SQL operators. So what we have is
Nothing.
arithmetic operators, logical operators,
Condition operators.
relational operators. Okay. Arithmetic operators are
Equal to.
plus, minus, multiplication, division. This I can call it as addition, subtraction,
Multiplication.
multiplication,
Division.
division,
That's none.
modulo. Okay. You all guys know, right? What is the addition will do? Addition will do, subtraction will, what subtraction will do, what multiplication will do, what division will do. So addition is used to use it for summation, and subtraction anyway. If you want to what I can say in terms of let's say, let me show you an example instead of making a statement. Okay. Suppose there was a table, select, you can write it like this: 10 plus 20, 30 here, and select 20 minus 10. This is subtraction. And what is select 20 by 10? What is the output? Sorry, multiplication. Is a 200. Select 20 by 10 is 2. And if you do modulo, what modulo will give is, modulo will give the remainder, guys. Remainder in the sense, so 10 is exactly divisible by 10. Sorry, 20 is exactly divisible by 10. So the remainder is 0. See. So 10 to 20 exactly divisible. Suppose if I do 21 percentile 10.
0.1.
So it is divisible, but the remainder is 10 to 20, and the remainder is on how much? 1. See, 1. Suppose if you do 28 percentile 10. So what is the remainder? 10 will go 2 times in 20, right? 28. 10 to 20. The remaining is 8. So the remainder. So the modulo function will give you the remainder. If you do the same in the case of division, it will provide you the value. That's it. 10 divided by 20 divided by 2, 10 is a 2. If you do this, see, all is giving 2 only. If you want to have an exact value, then there is a something we need to do that I will tell you in our further classes. Okay. See. So do you understand what is modulo and what is division? Division will give you the value, and modulo will give you the remainder. Okay. Next. Logical operators: and, or, not. So if both the conditions are true, then it is true. Else false. In case of or, if either of the condition is true, then it is true, else false. Not is it's a negation operator. This, instead of explanation, I will show you how it will work. Okay. Negation operator, I will show you. Okay. So before going to the relation operators, let me briefly explain about and or functions, or operators, how it will work. Let me go to an Excel. So there is a condition one. See, if you want to write multiple conditions in your where class, if you want to write multiple conditions in your where class, means how you will write is, those two conditions should be separated by either and or or. Okay. Suppose I just wanted to extract the data from a student table where student number equals to 1 and course must be SQL. I have two records for the student number 1, talent and SQL, but I want to extract the data for student number 1 and SQL. So I have to write the two conditions. That two conditions should be separated by either and or operator. So if you are using and operator, how it will evaluate is, okay, result. So this is regarding and. If the condition 1 is true, the condition 2 is true, result is true. If the condition 1 is true, condition 2 is false, it is false. If the condition 1 is false and the condition 2 is true, false. Condition 1 is false, condition 2 is false, and false. Here what you understand? If both the conditions, when you are using and operator between two conditions, it will become true only the two conditions are satisfied. Okay. So first it will come to the first condition. If the first condition is true, then it will go to the second condition and check. If the second condition is also true, then the result is true. And it is the next scenario. If the condition 1 is true, then it will go to the second condition. Here you need to remember, when you are using multiple conditions using and operator in between. So if the first condition is true, then only it will go to the second condition. If the first condition is true, it will go to the second condition. If first condition itself is false, then it will not go to the second condition, because what is the objective of and operator is, it has to satisfy the two conditions. If the first condition is true, then it is okay to go for checking the second condition. If first condition itself is false, then is there a point of going to the second condition? No, right? Okay. This is how SQL engine will check. So if for condition 1 is true, then only it will go to the second condition and will check. It doesn't mean that you can write only two conditions. You can write multiple conditions, but all those conditions should be either separated by and or you can use both based on your requirement. Okay, based on your requirement. How we can use them, I will show you in a practical, but here just to understand from theoretical point of view. Clear, right? And how the and operator will work. Are any questions? So if the first condition 1 is true, condition 2 is true, it is true. Condition 1 is true, condition true is false. It is still true, because in case of or, either of the condition is true, it becomes true. So it is false. Second condition is true, then it is true.
True.
So if first condition is false and second condition is false, then only it will go to the false.
False.
So in case of R, SQL engine will go to each and every condition. Though the first condition is true or false, it doesn't matter. It will definitely go to the next condition, because R functionality is what? The objective of R is, if either of the condition is true, it will become true. If either of the condition is true, it will become true. Okay. Any questions, guys, here? The difference between and R?
No, sir.
Next, relational operators. There are a lot of is there. Equals to, not equals to, and this can be represented or either this as well. Not equals to, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, in, not in, between,
Okay.
not between, like, not like. These are all the individual operators, guys. We'll make use of them. Okay. One by one. Equals to will check the exact matching. So when you are using equals to, left operand and the right operand both should be equal, then only it will become true, right? And not equals to means the left, it will be true when the left operand and the right operand are not same. Here, when you go for a less than, the value of the left operand is less than the right operand, then it will become, it is true. So like this. Okay, we'll do examples one by one. Between will be used to for checking the range. Suppose you want to extract the data for between some range. Okay, then you can use a between. Not between is apart from that, you want any other thing, so it will give you not. It's opposite. In case of same, like is for like some kind of a pattern matching, guys. So it's not, you don't need to keep the exact pattern string pattern. So if you want to like, if the sum of the pattern is matching, then if you want to extract, so then you can go for a like and not like. So we'll see all of them in a practical. We have some exercises that will take 2 days around 2 days. Till you tomorrow and day after, I believe. Okay. So I'm just going to wind up the session for today, guys. So we'll start exercises on these operators directly at tomorrow. Okay. So meanwhile, what I will do is, so what I will do, guys, I'll try to share either today or by end of the day. See, otherwise, let me do one thing. Instead, you can go here. w3resources.com. Okay, w3resources.com. So here we have a database. Click on HR database. HR database direct tables list is not there.
Anna, Your screen was not visible. Your in SQL Server only we are able to see.
Oh, good. Let me do one thing. Let me reshare, guys. Now you're able to see.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
See here, if you go to the movie database, just the movie database. See here, list of tables in the movie database. List of tables. Actor. You have the information here. Okay. Actor ID, actor name, act I name, and actor gender. Okay. So just take these tables: actor, gender, director, movie genders, movie direction, reviewer, rating. There is around, I can see 4, 8, 9 tables. Just try creating all these tables in your not only here, guys. You can use Oracle or SQL Server. Don't say that I don't have an environment. You can, because see, SQL Server is an optional, but since you are working for a talent, definitely you might have you should have a Oracle installed on your machines, everyone. So even these tables can be created up there as well. Just create it and insert the data. Okay, just create it and insert the data. I just showed you in a sample example table. Okay. Okay, this can be used. Okay, see, after that I'll give you an, see, this is, I'm just giving you an exercise. Just create a movie database in your SQL Server or Oracle and just start creating all these tables. And once the tables creation is done, then insert the data. Once that is done, then this is the basic queries. Because see, I'm not asking you guys to provide the, do this by tomorrow our class, but it will take some time, but take the time. Okay, see, this exercises what we are going to discuss tomorrow will take at least 3 days. Exercise what we are going to do, at least 2 or 3 days it will take. So by that time, just try to complete the creation of these tables along with the data. So once the operators are done, then I will go for constraints concept. When I go to the constraint concept, yeah, here you have a ER diagram that you can implement. This is the ER diagram. So whatever the tables you have created, so the same tables again you can create and keep all those insert statements and everything in saved, guys. So then once after the constraints topic is done, you need to create a table by providing the proper relation to them. Okay, proper relation to them, so that you will be having a better idea of creation of a tables and establishing a relation between them independently and insertion of data to it. So that is the exercise, guys. Okay, after that, if you want to go further, yes, you have a basic queries exercises, you can go with. If anyone has completed early, then don't hesitate to go. So here we have even soccer database is there, hospital database is there, employee database is there. So similar, if you go to the soccer also has the same. It's the best practice case. Soccer city, soccer venue. So there are plenty of tables. You can do the same exercise for soccer database as well. And then here also you have this is quite more complex than movie database. And once you are done with movie, then you can also make a relationship to this. If you are able to, then you are good with tables creation, insertion of data, and constraints topic as well. Okay, this is the best exercise I have ever seen. You can do this. Let me share this in the chart, guys. Just please use this. Okay. Okay.
Krishna, shall we dump the Excel data directly from to the SQL server without
that's what-
ETL.
Without ETL also we can do, but here you see, for at least for movie database, just go with the insertion, because you need to know the manual insertion, right? Anyway,
Yes.
without ETL also you can do, but we have a ETL, right? So after, see, for movie database, if you are fine to insert the data using an insert statement, then you are familiar with the writing insert statements as well.
Yeah,
Then if you
queries.
go for a soccer database, then copy all the data into Excel, and just using talent you just load it.
Okay.
You can take them
So
a better exercise, right? See here, one more better example, better thing for you guys as well. Suppose here I have a 10 tables for movie and 15 to 16 tables for soccer, and take the ownership and load all these 10 tables in a single go by creating a single job. So you can establish a
okay.
10 connections to the 10 files, and you can create another thing like that. So you can do initially that, but later at the end of the course, you should be able to load all these 16 files or 10 files or whatever Excel files in a single go.
Okay.
Just think of it, how you can load. See, this file, the particular file data has to be loaded into the particular table only, one to one only. Not all the information will go to the single table. If there are 20 tables we have in Soccer database, you have to create a 20 tables in the database. Here 20 files would be there, but you have to create a single job which loads all this information to the respective tables. That you need to achieve. Okay. Got it? So you can do simply for 20 tables, 20 files, you can simply establish a connection, and you can write it 20 activities, and you keep all those 20 activities in one, and you can run in parallel. That can be done. Fine. But this also right. This also can be done right. Okay.
Yeah. Just for let us know if how can we load from Excel file. Just process want to know.
So from SQL Server,
Yeah.
so
Just for
here,
a process.
here,
Yes. From no from just I want to load Excel data to SQL server.
that's what I'm saying. Select the database name, right click. Here you have a task and import data. Just click on next. Here you have to select the source. This is something like work like
Okay.
the same.
It is also
Microsoft,
like
Microsoft
ETL
Excel.
one.
Just browse the file.
Okay.
Something go to
So
desktop.
we
And
can load the data from CSV and text files as well, like this.
yeah, you have to check what are the options are there here. I never tried it
Okay.
because
Yeah, sure.
okay, you have to check here the options are.
Yeah,
From
sure.
table you can load, from analysis service you can load, from Oracle database you can load. These are all we have.
Okay.
These many. Okay. And if you are not getting, just Google it. So the option is this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, from this you can do that.
Yeah, thank you, Krishna.
This also will do the same as you're doing in ETL. Same. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. So tomorrow at the same time we'll start with exercises. Because I just wanted to continue, but because I need to prepare some data for you to do some exercise tomorrow, I'll make sure I'll prepare the data today and we'll start tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you.